Hi, welcome along to All Guns Blazing, the podcast. DT's in the building. Been behaving yourself? I ask you this every week. You know what, this guy, right, went along at the weekend to an upload agency event where with KSI and the sidemen and all that, and then I had to leave a bit early because it was my birthday on the day. Went off, my family went to have a lovely meal. Later on in the evening, right, I turned my phone, I said, oh, let me see what if there's been any, what's going on Twitter. All I see is him up on the stage, threatening people. Oh, I was like, oh my God. I can't bring you anywhere, can I?
I wasn't threatening anyone.
I can't bring you anywhere.
I was the peacemaker. I was actually trying to calm the situation.
Yeah, that didn't look like peace to me.
I was putting them back in their place. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, right?
I just shook my head like this and said, oh.
Listen, the story behind it, obviously, we already know that KSI and Joe Weller had a press conference for their fight in February. I was on the side of the stage with other YouTubers and whatnot, and sidemen and everything else, and we was all having a laugh and just watching. It all kicked off, as everyone knows, and then what happened then was that while KSI's back was turned and he was being held by security, the guy that he had initially dropped on stage, which was one of Joe Weller's goons, had then started coming towards him. My first reaction, because KSI's back's turned, I'm not letting anyone jump on someone from behind or have any kind of unfair advantage. So I jumped on stage simply to just make sure that he couldn't get to him. And you can see the video as I come on stage, he shit himself, he turned around and he went straight back. And that was all it was. I calmed the whole situation down. And that's what I was trying to do. And you look at that. Down. Now, backstage, that's a different matter. Do you know what I mean? But what happened was we went behind a lot of stuff people haven't seen. We went behind where the stage was, the main stage, first of all. Part. No, not even the VIP part. The actual bit behind the stage was all behind there. KSI was there. He was just starting to calm down. We was talking. Everything was okay, and people were a bit relaxed. And then the security said, right, we're going to take you down the back fire exits and then lead you to the VIP room. Joe Weller, Elliot Crawford, and this Lawrence were over the other side, right? And as everyone was coming down, Elliot Crawford and this Lawrence were, giving it all the big one from the other side again. So everyone was just like, okay, yeah, they're still carrying it on, all right, cool. And fair enough.
You weren't involved at this stage?
No, we was just walking downstairs. We was all just walking downstairs. They were the one, to be fair, Joe Weller wasn't actually doing anything. He was just looking over and smiling, yeah? But it was these two other fucking dickhead mates that were giving it all the mouth. Went downstairs, went into VIP, everyone's down there. And everyone's all having a laugh and a joke and talking about what's happened. And 90% of the room is YouTubers. So people are in there, they're filming, they're vlogging, they're all talking about, oh my God, look what's just happened, blah, 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 blah. I'm standing next to KSI. Next thing, Joe Weller gets brought in by security. He comes in, and the guy that got dropped on the stage, he come walking in with his big bowl again, yeah? And then starts trying to stare me up. And I remember I turned around and I said to him, I said, do you want some fruit with that bowl? All right? That's what I said. And so he starts, Elliot starts. Next thing, this bottle comes over my head and it misses Joe Weller and it hits some young lad, like skims his head and then hits a girl. And it was KSI that threw it. But that,
Plastic bottle.
Yeah, plastic bottle. And he apologised to him immediately. He was in the heat of the moment. He didn't mean to do it. He was obviously aiming for Joe Weller. And then there was all this going on, and then Elliot Crawford was running his fucking mouth behind the security, and I was just sitting there telling him to fuck off. Even the likes of Bazinga and that were saying to the security, why have you let them in here? Because they're causing the tension and the problems, and it's even more heated now. Get them out of it. Why have you brought them in it? So it was them. And then the next thing, I thought I see him say something, and I was like, hold on a minute. And it's been confirmed now. Elliot Crawford turned around to security and said that I was making threats to kill them. I was making threats on their life to him and his mates.
Sounds plausible.
Piss off.
Sounds plausible.
Now, not one person can support their claim. KSI's manager, Sidemen's manager.
This is a court of law now, eh?
All other YouTubers, everything else. When this
When
this rumor was going round, absolutely nobody was. Everyone was like, threats. Like what? Threatening to get? No, not one person.
Why you? Out of all of you're not even in the sidemen or nothing like that. You've got nothing to do with that. You're just there, right? Why you? Why is it you always that gets entangled in
They
these
approach
things?
me. At the end of the day, like I said, Robbie, I went on stage to simply cool the situation down. There is countless videos with countless angles which show that I was calming the situation. I didn't do anything
Now
wrong.
all of a sudden, there's like I hear that there was like a boxing match.
Yeah.
Between you and Elliot Crawford now.
Yeah, if he's got the balls to accept it.
You be careful of that, man. He's a young guy.
I don't care how young he is. I will absolutely slap the living shit out of him.
He's a young guy. Now, listen,
I don't care.
Take this advice from me as a person who used to do boxing, yeah? When somebody is young, right? You may have the power on that. He can just come into that ring. It's a ring. It's not out on the road. He can just come in that ring. He can dance around. Boop, boop. Bang, bang. Yeah. Slip. He's fit. I've seen. Do you know what?
I'm enjoying.
Do you know what? That guy Elliot Crawford. I've seen him actually. Right. He's a very good footballer, and I've seen him like some of the skills he does and stuff like that. Right. I've done videos of him. Right. He's a very skillful footballer, a very fit, young, strong guy.
Well done.
So you take him into a gym now.
Well done.
Train him up.
Well done.
Hold on. Get him in there and say to him,
I'm
get his
actually
technique right, bang, bang.
I'm enjoying you doing this because you might actually convince him to accept the fight. So, yeah, you definitely stand a chance against me. So please, Elliot, I
want to see it happen. Let's see this happen,
you
man.
know what I mean? And the simple, listen.
He's a young guy.
I don't care. I only need a little while in the gym, right, to get back into shape.
He's a wind up, isn't he?
I will slap the shit out of him.
Seriously.
The simple fact is,
I'm being serious.
No,
a young guy.
I don't care. I do not care, right? I'm not listening to all this rubbish that people turn around and say. And they're saying, he's a kid. Listen, he's 21 years old, right? He's a man. You're big enough to act like a man. You're big enough to defend yourself like a man.
How old is he?
21. So it doesn't matter.
Young guy, man. Young,
now,
strong,
listen.
stamina.
He ain't strong. The guy went on stage, right?
He's a strong guy, man.
The guy went on stage, right, and tried
football.
saying that Creature was shit. KSI's song.
I've seen him
and
playing
he ran
football.
off stage like a little fucking girl.
Hold on. I've seen that guy playing football. He's a strong guy. He's fit. He's athletic.
Well done.
Right now, if a boxing trainer, if he goes to a proper gym, you can mould that. You can say, all right.
Yeah, cool.
Right. Only thing is, suppose it's very difficult to teach someone how to take lots of punishment, right? But what you can do is you can teach someone how to skills. So how to jab, how to move, how to evade. And if someone's young and fit and you get them in a ring, right? And you're there chasing them around and that, and you're trying to land your big.
I'm not going to be chasing.
You're trying to land your big thing, and he's just coming up and going.
I'm not going to be chasing no one, Robbie. Listen.
5 rounds in.
Not going to be chasing
5 rounds in, you're there.
Robbie, what are you on
and
about?
he just comes in.
It's 3 rounds. It's 3 rounds.
Even three rounds.
I'm telling
even
you
3
now,
rounds if you're not a boxer.
If he accepts,
3 rounds, you're not a boxer.
If he accepts, I will tell you exactly how the fight will go. I will toy with him in round 1, and then I'll absolutely annihilate him in the second. And I know for a fact I will do it.
Listen, let's talk about.
He needs to accept it.
Let's talk about football, man. Let's talk about football, yeah, because that's what I'm here to talk about.
Yeah, man.
Football, and it's all about the Europa League. Yay! Now. The Europa League, man, you know what, I've been a bit jealous watching, the Champions League and just thinking, it just seems weird that we're not in it. I heard that Champions League music playing and I was like, this is strange, man, that we're not in it. Do you care about the Europa League?
No.
You don't?
No. I don't.
But you'll be there.
Yeah,
I know you're going.
You
see yesterday you're trying to sort out your tickets to Belarus and stuff like that. So you're going to go, but do you...
I sorted my tickets.
You excited?
But the flights and that are not sorted yet because someone forgot to sort it with me, didn't they, Robbie? Fool.
You can drive if you get to Belarus, go up through Poland.
Shut up.
But anyway, right?
Talk to me,
but anyway, I'm saying, you're not excited about it at all.
I'm not. I'm really not. It's, you know what, I don't want to downgrade the tournament at the end of the day, but because it is a trophy, but it just doesn't excite me. It doesn't. It's I do want to be in the Champions League, regardless of our performances and what we do in the Champions League, and we get embarrassed when we get to the last 16. It's the competition you want to be in. You want to go
Lots of fans over the years What's the point in being in the Champions League?
I'm like that. I do agree.
And I think
I do agree with that.
Well,
I do agree.
Now we see the
But
consequences.
at the same time,
the consequences of not being in the Champions League. We saw in the transfer market, because there's certain players who'll be like, actually, you're not in the Champions League. I don't even want to go there. Right? That's number one.
I don't think
right?
that affects
Unless
us.
you're Man United who can throw loads of money.
I don't think that affects us because we've been in the Champions League for so long and we still don't buy any fucking players.
But there's that. And there's the fact that, it's just, there's a lot of money that you gain from being in the Champions League. And you're just not at the main party. You know what I mean? When you see PSG playing last night and the players they got, but Celtic, even though they got tonked, they're in it. They're in it. They're involved they're on that stage. You know what I mean? And Arsenal is strange, not on that stage. Cologne this week.
Yeah, you know what, with us, I still think that I would rather us get sorted behind the scenes before we even go back into a competition like that. I'd rather go back in it and be actual, contenders to win it than just be taking part. I don't want to just take part, but I feel that if we're going to get back in the Champions League and we're actually going to be serious about it, when you look at some of the teams that are in there in terms of winning it, we need wholesale changes before that. We're never going to win it while Stan Kroenke's the owner of the club, and as far as I'm concerned, we're never going to win it while Arsene Wenger's the manager. He's had 20 years to try and win it. He's had the Invincibles and teams like that to win it, and he still couldn't win it. So it's even harder now. It's like the Premier League. It's harder to win now than it was back then. So do I think Arsene Wenger can win it? No. Will we win it under Stan Kroenke? No.
Can he win the Europa League?
You can win the Europa League.
Because Europa League, remember, that's how United, they're playing. They got in through the Europa League.
And you look at the draw all the way through. The draw was very, very favourable to Man United last year. I look at the Europa League and I think, the group stages, we should be able to get through the group stages. We're playing our reserve players, to be quite honest. That's no disrespect, but the quality of opposition's not good. You look at Cologne, they were a decent side in the Bundesliga last year, obviously finished quite high up, got into the Europa and everything else, but they're currently bottom, I believe, of the Bundesliga.
They haven't won a game.
Yeah, they haven't won a game. They don't look that great. How are they going to approach the competition? Is this their big thing? Because I know it's been a long time since they've been in Europe.
Yeah, a lot of those teams in Europe actually approach the Europa League a lot differently to the English teams. They treat it really seriously.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, this is a big trophy to win, and of course it's a Champions League place now. But a lot of the teams, other teams, it's only really the English teams a lot of times that sort of just look on it and think, Europa League. But look at over the years, our Sevilla, for instance, have approached it. 3 years in a row they won it. Look at how other teams across Europe have approached that competition. They, right from the start, are looking to win it. They don't really play weakened teams and stuff like that.
You know what it is with it? Is I think it gets a bit more interesting when the Champions League teams drop into it. Because then you get a few more tastier ties and then you get a few more juicy rounds where you're kind of like, okay, I'm up for this one. This, if we draw AC Milan in the quarterfinals, for example, that sounds good. That sounds like a Champions League match.
Better than Batty Borislav.
You know what I mean?
Although Batty Borislav have been before. They have been in the Champions League.
And you know what? They're from Belarus. They're a decent side. But we should have way, way, way more in the tank for a team like that. Their stadium looks really nice. It's in a forest. God knows why it's in a forest, probably because they're going to kill us all.
Because they'll be waiting for us.
Bury us. Do you know what I mean?
Forget about Elliot Crawford, mate.
You know what I mean? So it's like...
I've seen those videos, right, of those fans in those countries, man. And they meet out in a forest, they got their shirts off and that. And
yeah, man.
And you bypass that forest.
Boy, you know what?
The
question's not how I bypass that forest. The question's how you bypass that forest. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like
black guy Arsenal fan, not a great look in some of them places.
And the thing is, then we've all got to go to Serbia.
Yeah.
And that whoa.
Are you gonna be walking with me out there?
No. Are you mad? I'm going to be wearing a red star.
I was talking earlier on about having people's backs and things like that.
Are you mad? I'm not in my country. I can't ring my mates up and say, listen, get in a car and get over here.
Listen, you can't disco. You got that big clock on your neck. They're going to know you are, mate.
Listen, I'm putting a Red Star Belgrade scarf around my neck. Yeah, I'm going to have shit draped off my back. And you know what I mean? But the thing is with Serbia, I've had because a lot of the Serbian football, the fans are actually Arsenal fans. And we've actually got a Serbian supporters club.
Yeah, I've had a lot of emails
And
from
yeah,
Serbia.
and I've had messages from people that are actually part of the Red Star, you know, like their main lot and everything. And they've turned around and said that we can't wait to see you guys. And I'm like, yeah, why's that? What do you mean you can't wait to see us? Well, you got plans, you know what I mean? We ain't filming outside your stadium. It's like, but they're like, no, do you know what? At the end of the day, there's a lot going on that's very political over there at the moment. And there seems to be a lot of the fighting seems to be very much between the law and the football fans at the moment, not the football fans against football fans, because the law, you know, the old bill over there are actually trying to clamp down on it and trying to clean up the game, so to speak.
Yeah, the thing is, when you go to someone in Europe, the way they clamp down, the police, Jesus.
And the thing was, I was watching videos of there. Have you seen the Players' Tunnel? It looks like an underpass on Marsh Farm Estate. Right? Now, if anyone knows about Marsh Farm in Luton, right, it's ghetto, right? And it's like, you don't walk under them underpasses if you're not from that estate and you don't know people. And I'm sitting there thinking, that's the Players' Tunnel. That's
What's the stadium going to be?
You know
like?
what I mean? That is meant to be the most safest part in the stadium. But it's a thin little tunnel with graffiti all the way down. And you have Old Bill either side. And I'm sitting there thinking, wow, can you imagine if he's playing young Reece Nelson out there and stuff? 17 years old, he's going to be thinking, what the fuck is going on?
Reece Nelson's from South London, man. He can deal with that.
Yeah,
man.
so he should be all right. But no, I'm looking forward to it. The one thing I'm looking forward to is visiting different countries that we haven't had a chance to do. Because, let's be honest, this might sound a bit, you know, like privileged to say this, so to speak. But I'm bored of going to Bayern Munich. And I'm bored of going to Barcelona. Now, there's people out there, like I said, that will probably think that's a bit privileged to say that because, you know, they would love to go to Barcelona. They would love to go to Bayern Munich. But if you go to every game like we do, and every year you end up getting drawn against Bayern Munich, you're just kind of like, oh, not again.
Mind you, Bayern Munich Stadium's a bit better than an underpass.
Yeah, but you know what? I can't stand the guy on the antenna at Bayern Munich on the loudspeaker.
Oh, that guy.
Every time the goal goes in, he's like, "En München, mate." I'm like, "Oh, go away!"
Right, last year he goes.
He started laughing, didn't he, on one of the goals?
He goes, Bayern München 5, Arsenal of London, and then they all went 1. I'll have to
and they play a song, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think it's that.
I must have it, right?
And it vibrates through the stadium.
Yeah. I must have it though. He was quality. Even I was laughing when the way he was doing it, when he was going.
Just like,
because he comes in and he goes, Arsenal of London,
and then everyone's
he
just like,
takes the piss, man. I'm like, this guy's not.
They proper mug us off over there. So yeah, I can't. So yeah, it's going to be nice going to Belarus. It's going to be nice because you think when
I look forward to Cologne. Oh, that's a real good trip.
Yeah, that's meant to be a really nice one, and that's not until November. But you look at last year when we went out to Bulgaria, for instance, and
that was
you know we had a lot of reservations before then. What's it going to be like? And we was all joking about I'm not going to walk with Robbie and stuff like that, and it ended up.
Why does everyone? When you see that? You see that? Every time you say, I don't want to walk with Robin. Right?
You know what?
That's the black guy's the target in these places, you know what I mean?
But the thing is, it's like, you look at that and it ended up being like a really beautiful city.
Croatia. And again, that's another one. It was at Dinamo Zagreb, and a lot of people were like, oh, their reputation of their fans.
Exactly.
It was beautiful.
And this is the thing. And
lovely place.
I spoke to Vuj about Serbia and stuff, because that's obviously where he's from.
Yeah.
And he turned around and said to me, and he said, listen, he said that obviously there is a reputation, there is the videos and there is and that. He goes, but what I will say to you is when you visit the country, see for yourself. And he goes, and I guarantee you come back with a different thought on the country. You know, it's just an outside thing. It's
a lot of times it's that way, isn't it? You know, I mean, you when you're going out there, you know, you hear all these stories and stuff like that. It's a bit like you go to Jamaica and everyone just tells you all these horror stories.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you go looking for it, you will find those horror stories. But if you're sensible about it, you know, it's a beautiful place. So it's about being, I think for every football fan going out to these places, it's about being sensible. I must admit, sometimes I go to away games in Europe and I see some fans and I'm like, they ain't sensible. They're like walking back to their hotel room at like 1 o'clock in the morning, pissed out of their heads. don't know where they are, walking into areas where you know
Yeah.
you can get yourself into problems.
Yeah,
So, but if you're sensible about it, you know,
respect the culture.
Yeah, and respect the place where you go to.
Respect the country at the end
For
of
real,
the day.
for real, because that's what a lot of times that's what winds up some of these fans as well. You go out there to their country, and if you don't respect the place, they're like, hey. You know what I mean? You know,
Coming over here and
we just sort you out. You know what I mean?
So you're coming over here and disrespecting our country, our flag. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
So go over there, go and have fun, go and have a drink, go and enjoy the culture, go and experience new things, go and go to eat in different places that you wouldn't find in this country. Don't find a Burger King or a McDonald's and stuff like that. Like when we went out to Bulgaria and we went out that night to go and get something to eat. And we was in a big group and we was all going out, and then people going, let's go to McDonald's and stuff. And I was like, hold on a minute, we come all the way out to Bulgaria. There's all these restaurants on this walk where we were. And it's like, let's go and into one of these restaurants and let's see what food they make, which, and let's go and embrace their culture. I don't come to Bulgaria and I want to eat a Big Mac. I can go to Luton and get that stuff. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, and we ended up going to a place where we ended up getting steak and everything. You remember? It was beautiful, Henchy steaks, and they were like €10. And it was like, that was in London. That'd be about £150.
I think I was sick the next day though, my belly. But it should be easy work for Arsenal on Thursday, right? Going off the record of Cologne, but. What sort of team have you? I did a starting 11 for that.
Yeah, I did my preview last night.
I've got Reece Nelson has to start in that game for me. Has to. On the left-hand side, I'd have him. Would you have him? Would you throw Alexis into that game? There's a lot of thought.
My 11, I said that I don't think that Arsene Wenger's going to play any of the main first-team players that will be playing at Chelsea,
right?
Bar one. For anyone that doesn't realise, Laurent Koscielny won't play anyway because he's suspended. From his red card at Bayern Munich last year, that carries over, so he wouldn't be there anyway. I've gone for a Spina in goal.
Yep, me too.
Can't see him changing a back three. I really can't.
So
I honestly can't see him doing it because
my back three. I went for a back four. I'm like,
I went back three.
Why are we doing these back threes, especially if you're going to change it up and players?
Well, I just don't think he will, and I know that he's been playing.
I think I had like Maitland-Niles in there, and also I want to see Chambers play.
Well, this is my back three was Mertesacker, Holding, Callum Chambers, and what I said about Callum Chambers was, is he fit? Can he play? Is he going to be given a chance?
Guys,
if he's
he
not,
started last.
why did you not?
He started last year for Middlesbrough.
Yeah,
did very
exactly.
well. Was in the England under-21s, did very well, ahead of Holding.
Yeah.
Right? So who's your wing-backs then? Did you
wing-backs, this is where I had the bit of a problem, because I sat there and went, right, left wing-back, there's no way he's going to play Kolasinac or Monreal as far as because they're classed as two of the first team, so one of them gets injured before Chelsea. It's like, oh, no. Arsene Wenger being Arsene Wenger, because we have no one else, because we've sent Bramall out on loan. He'll probably play Maitland-Niles at left wing-back.
No,
that's Arsene Wenger.
Well, that's why I said...
No. I'm going off what I feel that Arsene's going to
It's got to go with a four.
No, but this is what I mean. I'm not picking what I'm doing. This is not my selection.
Right wing back.
Reece Nelson. Because Arsene Wenger...
So Walcott doesn't start?
No. In a press conference last week, Arsene Wenger was talking about Reece Nelson, and he was speaking about he's got to learn the defensive side of his game, and I'm already thinking, oh no, he's thinking of him as a right wing back, even though. And then in the centre,
I just hope he doesn't.
Yeah, in the centre, I'm going with El Neni and Jack Wilshere.
Yeah, I want to see Wilshere.
And then just in front of him, Alex Iwobi playing like the Ozil role. And then I'm going to put Alexis in with 60 minutes because he missed the start of the season. He's played 60 minutes against Liverpool. He then went out to Chile, had a bit of a knock. Come back, play 15 minutes the other day, although he looked all right.
I'd rather him come on than start though.
But I would say Arsenal might look at it and go, 60 minutes. At 60 minutes, doesn't matter what the score is, whether you're on a hat-trick, whether we're losing, whether we need you, whatever, you're coming off. End of story, 60 minutes. And then you're ready for Chelsea. And then in front of him, Olivier Giroud.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to see a four at the back.
See, this is not my selection. This is me just saying what I feel that Arsenal's going to go.
But I do agree that Wilshere's got to play.
Yeah, of course.
This is a massive opportunity for Jack Wilshere this year, right, after what happened last year, him going out on loan, after all the injuries he's had. If he can get himself back fit, this is an opportunity for Jack Wilshere to arrive at Arsenal.
Yeah,
seems stupid the amount of times, you know, how many years. But this is a chance for Jack Wilshere. Now, he has to start tomorrow. Reece Nelson has to start. The fans want to see this guy. He could kind of have that Harry Kane effect. The reason why I say Harry Kane effect is that Harry Kane made his name for Tottenham by playing in the Europa League. He's had several loans. The loans hadn't got good. I remember speaking to a Tottenham scout, and he said to me that they were on the verge of getting rid of Harry Kane. And Harry Kane came in the Europa League, right? And he was brilliant in the Europa League. And then the fans kept saying, you know, I mean, that's how that song came about, One of Our Own, and all that, because they were like, they really were trying to push the management. Pochettino had to play him in the first team, and then he came into the first team and did well.
Yeah, I remember that.
This could be a similar thing with Reece Nelson and Jack Wilshere. If they have, you know, do really, really well in the Europa League, it could force Arsene Wenger to say, you know what, these guys, they're good enough right now to play in the first team, and, you know, that's what I'm hoping.
This is the thing. It's an opportunity for some of these players, like what you said, Jack Wilshere and Reece Nelson.
Jeff Rene, what's happened to him?
I think he's injured, isn't he?
You know, well, I don't know, but again, an opportunity for him in this competition.
And people like Iwobi,
yeah,
it's a chance for them to say to the boss, listen, we want to be in that first team. The boss, that's what he is. He's to them, isn't it?
I never heard you say that before, the boss.
Well, it is to them, isn't it?
No, to you. You said
not
the
to
boss.
me. No, they will say to the boss, their boss. You know,
your boss.
Not my boss.
Yeah, but he's the boss.
I'm my own boss.
No, the boss.
You know what I mean?
The boss.
No, he is their boss.
I like the way you said that, man. The boss.
Shut up, Bobby. Shut up. Seriously, don't make me start on you again, man. Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, I mean. Listen, I kind of, you know what, in a way, obviously I'm downhearted that it's the Europa League, but if he plays those sort of players, I'll be excited to see how they get on.
Just embrace it. That's the way I'm looking at it. I'm not excited, and I don't mean for that to sound so disrespectful, and it's kind of, you know, there are teams in the Premier League that would die to be in the Europa League. They would be like, I'd love to go to a Europe. These are teams that never get in Europe, you know what I mean? And we sound... you know, like I said, a bit privileged to be
snobbish,
in this, and it's kind of, but we just need to embrace it. And I just feel that it might not get a little bit exciting until after the group stages, and then you get the Champions League teams drop in, and then you get a little bit of excitement. And I think it would be quite ironic, wouldn't it? I reckon Bayern Munich are going to finish third in their group this year, drop down to the Europa League, and then we draw them. So it's their way of saying, and then we're going to have to go back to Munich and put up with Bayern Munich. It's like, not again. So it'd be quite Arsenal-like, wouldn't it, if that happened? But
we have to put up with the Chelsea PA as well on Sunday. Now,
another one.
We haven't won at Chelsea since 2011.
Van Persie, wasn't it?
Yeah, Van Persie hat-trick. 2011.
That's not good enough
That's
for
a terrible
like our
6
size.
years. No wins at Chelsea.
Nah, it's
and
not right.
Can you see any different this week?
No.
I heard that the players were really fired up for that game.
Yeah, I heard the players were fired up for Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? It's like...
But you know what? With this game this week, right? If they went to Chelsea and got a positive result. No, I'm being serious.
I know, but I love it because it's like deja vu. We've been here.
I know. We all know the deja vu, and we know, right? But let's just say, if they went there and they got a positive result at Chelsea, they won. Yeah. That's the sort of result that could turn their season around, confidence-wise. That mental thing where you think, every time we go to them places, we get smashed.
But the way I look at it, right, is that I thought we overcome this hurdle a few years ago when we went to Manchester City and won 2-0. And we put in a proper defensive, counter-attacking masterclass that day. And we all went there with the mindset of, we ain't going to win today. We ain't going to do anything. We'll be lucky.
So who knows?
You know, and who knows? But what I'm saying is that nothing changed after that. We didn't then start going to the big teams and putting in them same kind of performances. That literally was just a one-off. Because...
you know, suppose they did go there this week and get is there any way that we could go there and get a result?
Of course there is. Of course there's a way. If we play to the best of our ability, then we can beat any team on any given day. Chelsea will be mindful of the fact that we've beaten them in the last 2 games. The Community Shield was the Community Shield and we won on penalties, but we were the better side. Cup final, we completely destroyed them.
Actually, last 4 games, we've beaten them 3 times.
No, we lost to them, didn't we, as well?
3 times, 3 times out of 4. So
we've beaten
lost to them at
3 times out
Stamford
of 4.
Bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So those players, apart from the fact that that's what's in their head, it's Stamford Bridge, away, we haven't won there. But they should be looking on it and saying, but
they should be.
Having said that, we've got a decent record against Chelsea over the past 4 games.
Yeah, we have. But will they be able to convey that on the pitch? Will they be able to...
It's time for these guys to stand up, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is time for them. It's time for them. You know, there's a lot of players in that dressing room that don't want to be at the club. We know that. But it's time for those players to say, right, if this is my last year, so be it. Let's go out with a bang.
Do you know what it is for me, DT, yeah? Going away to Chelsea and winning it is very, very difficult, right? You see loads of teams last season found it really... I know Burnley won there, and it's a bit of a freak result in the first game of the season, but they're really strong. They beat... I know it's only carrier bag, I couldn't resist that. But they beat 6-0, right? But, you know, from the Azerbaijan team, they were expected to win that, but they destroyed them, right? It's a hard place to go to.
Yeah.
Chelsea have got a very good team, yeah? That was a blip, that first game of the season. They got a very, very good team, right? But you know what I want to see from Arsenal this week? Because as I said, I know it's a really tough place to go to and get a win, but I want to see fight.
Yeah.
If we lose that game, I want to see us go down fighting. It's one of them games where we're thinking, if we only just had done it, that save. I want it to be a close game. I don't want us to go there and get destroyed. I don't want to, and that's what happens too much.
Yeah.
It's not like even you go there and you say, well, you know what? We lost, but it was a very close game. But,
you look at the
you got
comparison.
smashed. We cannot afford to go to them places.
You look at the comparison in the mood between the fans from Stoke to Liverpool, and it's although we was angry and frustrated about the Stoke game, our frustration was more to do with the fact of why did we play a right back at left back? You know, why? Because
the effort was there, wasn't it?
Yeah. Why did we not get 3 penalties? Why did we have a goal disallowed? And you know, we could walk away from there and say, do you know what? On another day, although we're upset and we're a bit frustrated and angry, and there were some little things wrong that we've got a right to moan about, like the team selection with certain things. You couldn't walk away from there and fault the effort of the players. You couldn't walk away and say, you know what, they just went down and just capitulated. On another day, we would have battered Stoke. It's as simple as that. But then you go to the other side of it, at Liverpool, and that was just, we had every right to absolutely destroy the players after that, and the manager and everyone associated
and they
with
came out, the players, and they said they've admitted that it was terrible, right?
Yeah.
But they now, for me, this is a really important game.
It is.
In that it's important for them to show us, the fans, that it's not all talk, that they do really care, that they are up for the fight. I want to see some fight on Sunday.
What's the old saying, Bobby? Talk is cheap.
Talk is very cheap. And we've heard a lot of talking from them.
So it's all good coming on social media, apologising and everything else. I don't want them coming on social media on Sunday and going, we're really sorry about that performance today. Because it ain't going to make me feel no better. I ain't going to sit there and go, how really nice that was actually. Yeah, do you know what? Let's move on. No, because I've seen it all before and I'm sick of the bollocks. Go out there and put a performance in, because, to be honest, you could probably pick 11 people out of the stands. And although we might not have the ability or the fitness levels of these players, we'll certainly have a hell of a lot more heart and a lot more fight.
I want to see a load of fight on, there's certain players in that game come Sunday. Granit Xhaka. I need to see a performance from this guy, because at the moment, I'm starting to wonder what he is, kind of thing. What is his purpose in the team? And you know what? If Jack Wilshere, this is what I'm saying, it's a massive opportunity for him, right? If Jack Wilshere gets up to speed and starts to play with the ability that we know he can do, he could be in the head of Xhaka.
Honestly, I think Sunday's the kind of game for Jack Wilshere. I honestly do. He knows what it means, and he's
got the character.
He has
of what we want to see.
He will get stuck in that middle.
Yeah.
He will not be afraid to smash into a few of them and step up to them, and that's
what we're going to need at Stamford Bridge, and that's what we've lacked over the years. We've not had that fire, right? We've gone there and we've just been tame, and it's a local derby. It's against a team that they don't really like us. We don't really like them. You know what I mean? It's not Tottenham, Arsenal, but it's like they're big rivals to us. I hate losing to Chelsea.
Exactly.
But every year I will walk out that stadium with all the Chelsea fans laughing at us because they've smashed us to pieces. It ain't just been that they've beaten us. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Those players have got to go into that game and they've got to say to themselves, right, we're going to restore some pride in the Arsenal shirt. And
we'll see.
It will not be acceptable.
We'll see.
To see less than that.
We'll see.
What do you think you'll see?
Honestly, my head sits there and says, my heart says we can go there and we can win. My heart says we'll win every game. But my head says we're going to go there and just get embarrassed again. And that's the reality. And I can see myself coming out and, going absolutely mental, and your wife's going to get a new kitchen and everything else because of it. And it's just, but no, you know what? And I would love to come out of Stamford Bridge and be smiling and happy.
Wouldn't it be good to just come out of Stamford Bridge and just be talking about a great performance?
Exactly. I would love it.
Bigging up the players and saying, listen,
I would love nothing more than to come out and praise the players. I would love nothing more than to come out and say, you know what, Arsene got it spot on today with his tactics. The team was set up right. They executed it perfectly. I would love nothing more than that. I really would. I would just love that to happen. But like I said, my head just says from too many times of being here.
You don't think? Do you think we'll win?
No.
Draw?
No. Honestly, you remember at the cup final, I turned around and said to you, I didn't expect us to win because if I lower my expectations, even though it hurts, it doesn't hurt as much. And if we win, it's even more enjoyable.
It always hurts.
And at the semi-final, I went with that same mindset. I'm going to get beat by Man City. And then if we win, that's the thing. So what I'm doing is,
overcome these
yes,
teams.
I know. So what I'm saying is, in my mind, I'm going, right, we're not going to get nothing out of this. Because we win it, I'm going to be so overjoyed and so shocked that the elation's going to feel even better.
Listen, since 2011, something's got to give.
Exactly.
This is the chance for Arsenal. I remember last year when we beat Chelsea, I know it was at home, but the fans were buzzing after that game. We were buzzing.
I know it was the cup final, we won a trophy and stuff, but you remember that feeling of, the way we played that day and we beat them.
Because we took it to them and we...
What gets me, right, is that when the dust settled on that cup final and I had a look at it properly and I sat there and I said, where the fuck was this team all season? Where? They were not different players. It wasn't a new manager. It wasn't anything different. This was the same team that went to Bournemouth and went 3-0 down. This is the same team that lost to Crystal Palace 3-0. The same team that conceded 3 goals at West Brom. What happened? Where is this team?
Honest to God, I look at Arsenal's team, right? And I look at their starting 11, right? And I say that, you know what, apart from probably City,
it's right up there.
It's right up there, starting 11s. It's right up there. The players that they've got, there's no excuses, but the one thing that we lack is that heart, that fight. If they can find that, where they go away to Chelsea and they say, we will not be beaten today. We are not going to be beaten here today. We're coming here and we're going to, But we go a goal down and that's it. We just fall apart.
Yeah, that's.
There's no leaders, and that's what's missing in that team. That's why we've always been moaning. Why haven't we added that?
And that's why I say Jack Wilshere might be right.
If we can get Jack Wilshere back into that full squad, he could just be that player that drives this team forward a bit.
I just don't know whether he's in Wenger's thoughts.
We'll see.
We'll see. Do you know what I mean?
We'll see.
One I'm looking forward to is walking out the stadium again.
Let's hope. I remember last year. It was horrible, man. The Chelsea, they spotted me, they surrounded me, not in a bad way, but they gave me some stick, man.
Me and Troops got some stick.
Oh my God, man.
Ty got his hat nicked and then tried fighting everyone.
Well, he does that every game. But they were laughing their heads off all night, man. And
but it'd be lovely if we can walk out of there with like our shoulders up and our chest out,
Say, and what?
What? Now what are you going to say? ArsenalFanTV and chill, yeah?
They'll probably say, wake up.
You know what I mean? It's all a dream.
It was all a dream.
Do you know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I just want I want what's best for this club, man. I just want us to start winning again, man. I'll always.
Well, listen, it could be a turnaround for the season. Let's see what happens. I think we've come to the end.
Yeah, it's all right today.
Europa League,
it's all right.
Europa League and Chelsea. Lots of games to get stuck into. Don't forget to subscribe here on ArsenalFanTV.
Can I ask one thing?
Don't forget Mr. DT's channel. Check it out as well.
Yeah, Mr. DT.
If you want fights and all that, get over.
Or if you want some classic edits of Robbie singing. That's where it's also at.
You know what? I was thinking to myself, you kind of forgotten about it.
Now, can we ask? Are you going to make this comeback for charity?
I ain't decided yet, man.
You have decided because you spoke to. Did you or did you not say to me the other day?
I said I'm thinking about it.
No. Did you or did you not say to me that I've got to be in the video with you?
Yeah, if I'm doing the video, you're gonna have to be in it.
I'm be in it.
You're gonna have to be there. I'm thinking about it. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about it. I don't know, man. I've been out of the game for years, man. I mean, I'm gonna come back and embarrass myself, man.
You're not going to embarrass yourself because at the end of the day, it's like a footballer.
The game's
no. It's like a footballer. Form is temporary, class is permanent.
Yeah, but listen, the game's moved on.
At the end, but listen.
You heard some of these.
Yeah, but
you hear some of these young rappers and that, man. Now the bars they're spitting, I can't compete with that.
No, all you have to do is remake one of your classics. The audience are loving what you did.
Yeah, that was then, though.
But at the end of the day,
for everything,
studios are much better now, so we can tune you up a little bit in case you're off key or whatever. You know what I mean? Get you a bit of T-Pain in there. You know what I mean? We'll get Robbie sounding like T-Pain. But I just think, you know what? It's all.
I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah, and we're getting close because put it this way: if you do that
fight, I'll do it.
He's got to accept though.
I want to accept.
If he accepts, you know what I mean? I'm telling you. Yeah, and I'm warning you.
Hungry guy. He'll dance around you for 3 rounds.
And I'm warning you, don't sniff the coke. Safe.
1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, 5 step, 6 step, because you take the coke and you end up mash up. You know start to bleed like tomato ketchup. You have to go to the doctor and get a checkup. Hear what the doctor in come and sing up him say sorry is all that I can say. You've been coking out your days. It's gonna kill you, it's gonna kill you, it's gonna kill you. You should have smoked Sensi would make you feel alright. Why the hell you go and touch the coke pipe? It'll mash you up to na. So what? Don't sip the coke, don't sip it.